Oh shit! Looking at me, so I raise my still spinning, when I breathe, must be some on my face, yelling at the world, I'm trying with this space, combo space, it's crazy, put it in the spirit, like going to score, so the rock of blood, trying to put it in you, anything, says the truth, but I'm ready to do it, 10 beats a week, talking, I put the beat. I agree, alright. Of my life. Thank God I was first people with the verses I write. Ask for me concern for my life. I've had the person decide. I can't you ain't never in time. Shaking running in those guys in old fashioned. How we get from the words and silly bullshit is just shit. Ain't impossible to solve. Shit from dirt, we get it all. I mean, come across the hard to get it. Just here to play my part. Change my spin my car. We just don't get me caught. Fuck around and miss me done. Another black song. I shit mad when I shit my calls. We just don't get me caught. Fuck around and miss me done.
Tell the people, man, what they can expect when they pick up the Undisputed Truth.
It's a real personal album, and it's a story about how my life changed. I got married when I was real young, 17 years old, and so I spent a good 10 years like working jobs, and I didn't finish high school, didn't go to college really, and so I spent all those years just trying to provide, man, like most of us do, just trapped, you know, struggling in that same cycle, trying to make ends meet, rob Peter to pay Paul, rob Paul to pay Peter, back and forth, you know, and just trying to keep food on the table, keep the lights on, you know, keep above water, keep my dick up, you know. And I've been rhyming for my whole life since I was a little kid. And when I was about, right around that age, you know, of 25 or so, I made an album with my friend Ant called Shadows in the Sun. And Ant made that record for me and gave me that record so I could run with it. My man Slug from Atmosphere took me on tour with him. He already had a very strong fan base of people that love him to death. And so he took me on tour and let me play directly before him and basically handed me to the people on a platter. It was like, this dude is good, you should listen to this dude, you know. And so I opened for him for about 2 years straight on the road and sold that album. And then after that, you know, I started doing other tours. I did like MF Doom and Merce and, you know, Cannibal Ox and Moral Technique and Brand Nubian and Rakim and you know, some more with Atmosphere again. And so I didn't have to do that. I wasn't struggling just to stay above water anymore. And that makes you think about your life differently. You know, you start thinking about bigger things, you know, when you have time and you can see freedom from where you're at, you know, and it starts making you want to be free for real. You know, because when I was in that pattern, man, I didn't believe that I ever would be free. I just accepted that that's what my life was, you know. And so when that happened, I started really making the changes I wanted to make. I was like, you know, a lot of things, you know, this marriage isn't right for me. A lot of this stuff just wasn't right for me. And so I took my whole life apart and rebuilt it and had a lot of hard times and ups and downs, you know. And so I made an album where I try to chronicle all of these life-changing moments so that, you know, you just get each moment in each song. And then by the end, so it tells you the whole story. It really is. Yeah. But it's about a 4-year section. Whereas like Shadows on the Sun was like, this is what made me who I am. Whereas this one is like a 4-year section telling you all the important moments that took me from being one kind of man to being another kind of man. You know what I mean? And at the end, it shows you where I'm at now.
Travel back on my canvas, the size of a big black granite statue. Divided by the lightning speed of the can't move. If I want to craft through the map, I respect you. Put up a plate for me, back to you. Don't get blessed, you from the fast food. Journeys, what's it? I'm looking out for a love and get the good job you do. I'm taking back to you impossible. If you really listen, I'm following you. My phone, my demons following you. Don't you want to tell your friends you really follow the good? No. You got no access to the honorable. You know what I'm to do. I think I'm popping with you. Two things you just ain't impossible. You get hostile with those when they ask with you. I can make things start real common too. I'll see the bad lines of the group. I don't give a fake pop to the dude. I walk around in their shoes. I just give a good garage and people respect it. You can't test me, but best believe what's destined. That's the way you know, stop that shit. Better than this, what's best friend with me, man. Got a few minutes to leave, man. It's not a big free coming out of pocket, you need that. Just I want to teach them how to be on the lead back. Shining bright, smiling like the living that. That's the shit that I'm into, to get to the test that I'm really being attention is their food. If I want a G, I want to flow like this. If you really need a G, you want to know how I exist. Come on. Just you know me, I'm wrong. Between teams, gotta stay on guard. You just don't give me dog. You talk around and just be dog. It ain't my fault. Don't know the way I talk. I get real wild when I say my cross. Ain't the way I talk. You just don't give me dog. You talk around and just be dog. It ain't my fault. Come on, everybody hands in the air. Get out, kick it, just get out, kick it, just get. Get your hands in the air, y'all. Come on, keep it high in the air. Get out, kick it. Get out, kick it. Everybody move forward.
I'm saying that your faith, man, plays a major part in your music, man. I'm saying, how'd you get introduced to the Sunnah?
I got introduced to Islam through Malcolm X's autobiography when I was a kid. And I always had a lot of questions about race and stuff. And seeing him go through his journey and his transformation, and then seeing where he ended up at the end and how much he grew as a human being really inspired me. And so I started studying Islam and I read the Quran. I went straight to the Quran. I didn't want somebody else's interpretation of what Islam is. I wanted to know from the source. So I went to the Quran and I took a couple years and learned how to read and write Arabic. And I learned for myself. And I realized that it's everything that I aspired to be as a man, as a human being. And it really fit me perfect, and it still does. It's been 15 years, and it's still, I use it like it's a tool, you know, and it's benefited me so much.